Please welcome to the mic, Dr. Ralph White III.
Yeah!
My name is Ralph, aka Ralph from the South. By day, I am a cancer biologist, but tonight, I am a music lover by participation and appreciation. And my talk I'm going to give today is the following. It is called Message in Our Music, an intergalactic movement. And this is actually inspired by one of my favorite songs called Message in Our Music that was released in 1976 by the soulful trio, the OJs. The lyrics go as follows. Because we're going to talk about all the things that's been going down. Get your information from this means of communication. Communication is key in everything we do, especially in relationships. For the friends out there, for the lovers out there, if there's any couples out here, can I say a what?
What?
Yeah, yay. Or someone you hold dear. And all that is required in that type of communication is a connection. With artists, it's the lyrics they write. With us, when we're sharing those bops or those vibes with our friends in that text chat that y'all spend entirely too much time in, maybe, you're just trying to find a connection of how you feel with someone else. And for my story, we're going to go way back to a time when NASA decided to maybe have a connection with alien life forms musically. In order to get there, we got to go way back to a time of liberation, to a time of exploration, a time I like to call the 70s.
Woo! Give it up for the 70s.
You got to love it. The 70s. I wasn't born then, but I've heard plastic surgery was very popular at the time. Rainbow was the inspiration on every type of fashion statement, and bell bottoms was a must-have for your fashion collection. Your mom and dad was probably asking for a light bright for Christmas. Unfortunately for you, Noah, the Beatles were breaking up at this time. I'm so sorry.
Oh no. Have I told you that I'm like super into the Beatles or something?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Did I? Okay.
And the music show Soul Train is becoming a top tier show and keeping on track to probably being the top tier show for music for decades on. And of course, you can't forget the Afro. But what I'm talking about for my story, we're going to actually take a look at NASA as they are going on a victory lap right now from their success in the 60s. For you see, in the 60s, they're celebrating getting a man on the moon after getting to the moon through Apollo 8 and Apollo 11. But after all of this is happening, we kind of get to a standstill, and now we're saying, so now what? What do we do? What are we doing in outer space? Can we go further at this time? There was an astronaut that actually went up to space and brought golf balls and a makeshift golf club at the time just to practice his stroke. But I feel like we could have did better in the next phase of things, and we did. See, during this time, an aerospace engineer named Gary Flandro, which there is no better picture of this, but hey, my boy is out here.
He looks like a Gary Flandro.
He does. He was actually able to start predicting and having discussions with NASA about a future alignment of the planets Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune coming up in the late 70s, with the idea of making a plan of if we can send different types of probes up into space around this time, with the help of the planet's gravitational pulls, we can actually explore and study these planets kind of on the cheap because we're using the gravitational pulls for these probes. And thus, we can also get the chance to study what's out there even further than our solar system, which is the interstellar medium. And just to let y'all know, cancer biologist. I am not an astro person. Please don't come for me.
Cancer like the constellation?
You know, I'm so proud of you. And thus from this, the space probes Voyager 1 and 2 were born. Yes, the electric boogaloo was important. Now, this is actually pretty important for now because if you've been watching the news lately, these have been making more contact with us because they went offline for quite a while back in 2023. And we're learning more things of what they've been finding around Neptune as well as Saturn after they passed it for years before. But check out the specs, though, on this thing. So fire. Created by NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, it has 16 hydrogen thrusters, a 12-foot high-gain dish antenna, and so much more. And this dish antenna is very important to send radio signals and receive radio signals with the Deep Space Network, which is a multitude of satellites that are found in America, Spain, and Great Britain, all just to communicate with one another. See? Kind of cute. But really what set this off as they were studying planets is the golden record that was installed in both of these. Because NASA had this great idea to do something that we kind of all do when we go on a road trip. We make a mixtape. We make a playlist. And what's great about this is, one, how they designed it. It is pure gold, so it's far away, so you can't really get to it anymore, but they use all pure gold. And the inscriptions you see on this record is the instructions on how to play the record. It even comes with a stylus, assuming that alien life forms were going to be able to understand what to do with said stylus. It teaches you how to play the video on there. It tells you the location of our sun, as well as lowest states of hydrogen, just for the sake of time. And on this mixtape is a multitude of different things to represent the entirety of our world. We have about 115, 16 images. For example, we have the cutest images of children come together in the world, just like, look, the globe, yay, we're together, woo! Definitely an adorable thing to see. But also we have interesting pictures like, how do we eat? And I don't know how I feel about the dude in the middle eating a sandwich after having a sandwich, like a bite in the back.
Is that how we drink?
Yes.
The aliens are gonna think this is how we hydrate. That's the one they
Wait,
chose?
you don't do it that
Do
way?
you guys not? I don't.
Y'all
think
are stuck on
so.
look at the ice cream. Just, I don't know how I feel mid-lick into ice cream and a picture being taken.
I'm sorry, Ralph. I think the ice cream's the least offensive part about this picture.
Yeah, he took one bite out of the side, one side of the sandwich, flipped it around. Maybe it was to demonstrate, like, this is what a
Right,
bite mark
that's
looks like.
interesting.
He's already had some.
As a science educator, that's actually
Yeah.
a really interesting point because that is like a way that you would show that in very wow.
Yeah, he's
Great
demonstrating
point.
how to do it.
Yeah.
Yet there's no
No.
joy in it at all. Look at my guy, it's a bologna sandwich today. 2 out of 10. I actually like bologna. Anyway, in regards to that, I'm still trying to think of what was the purpose of that picture. In any case, we have 115, 116 images. We have 19 sounds of Earth. You're thinking whale sounds to baby giggling into a microphone. We also have greetings from different parts of the world, including a greeting from Carl Sagan's son. And
He's a child, right?
yes,
It wasn't just Carl Sagan's like adult son, like, hey,
her
Doug.
Doug Sagan.
I mean, Carl Sagan. I mean, anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh my goodness, Noah. And then there were musical selections that were actually selected from ethnomusicologists that worked with Carl Sagan in order to pick different songs that were from different genres as well as different countries. And this was an amazing feat, to the point that it's been called a message in a bottle to the cosmos. And I have this quote by Carl Sagan that this spacecraft, meaning Voyager 1 and 2, will be encountered and the record will be played only if there's advanced spacefaring civilizations in interstellar space. But the launching of this bottle into the cosmic ocean says something very hopeful about life on this planet. And that's all fine and dandy, but I have a hot take, if you will. It doesn't slap. Like, at all. Like, I get it. Throughout the pandemic, we all were listening to ASMR, like 8-hour streams, and just calming ourselves from everything that was happening. But whale sounds and baby giggles and buses honking is not what I want to hear on the aux cord when I'm driving. And even the songs that they were selecting, majority of them came from Bach and Mozart. And this is the 70s.
1770s.
So, 1970s. There was so much music coming out back then. Funk, we're talking pop, we're talking soul, and you didn't want to put any of that at all. And so I propose a petition to you all that we make a new golden record. First things first, we don't have a lot of money, so we can't do gold. So instead, we will take the Brad approach and do the following. I did it. Album cover done. Next thing, we have to start selecting songs from different spots within the last few decades after the 60s, so I'm talking 70s, 80s, 90s, and onward. And I have a few, and you all can chime in at any point of what you think you would put on this, but I have 6 songs for you. And I picked them without a little bias, but I understand. So bear with me. The first, we're headed to the 70s, and it just feels right that we pick this song. If you know it, you can sing along with me. This is Boogie Wonderland by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Because I dare to say that humans can dance better than anyone, and we can get down than any species here or out there.
Now that's a first contact I'd like to see, is the dance battle between us and the Martians. Or
I will win. Cold-heartedly. Next, we head to the 80s. I can't even say it. I can only do the pose. Because for that, we have this one.
Don't you forget about me.
Don't You Forget About Me by the Simple Minds. Next, we head to the 90s. We get a little deep, we get a little grunge, and we get a little sad. Anyway, this song.
It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride when you've already paid. It's
Ironic, isn't it? By Alanis Morissette. All right, we're entering.
Sorry.
If you're gonna do it, you gotta have.
Play it safe. Was afraid to fly.
Beautiful.
Suitcase.
Next, we head to the 2000s. Now, this is where the bias comes in because I am a country boy from Atlanta, Georgia, and thank y'all. I love it. So Speaker Box and The Love Below is a requirement on this album. This is the song I picked, not for the reason of oh, they're AT aliens. Why didn't y'all pick that one? It's because the music video for this song shows aliens and humans in harmony. So I want them to understand that when they come and visit us. And the song is Prototype by Outkast. You can also tell this to whoever you love, right? For 2010s, I feel like we're entering a near point because you have to pick now Beyonce or Taylor Swift. I did pick Beyonce. And I picked this song right here.
freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose.
Because the aliens need to know about social justice that's going on right now. Let's be real, it's not peaceful out here in these streets. And lastly, before we turn to you all, if all else fails, we know YouTube is the biggest hub for music. So much so that you can give a simple message and it will go far. And so I choose this song by Aaliyah Sheffield.
Earth is ghetto. I wanna
Just in case they can take us up out of here, because it's getting crazy out here.
I'm out on the street by the corner store, you know, the one on 15. Got a bright shirt on, so I'm easy to see.
All right. But we're not done. If all of you out there can turn the paper over if you haven't already, you can also tell me what you would put on this record. And this is an initiative for all of us just to make a connection amongst all of us, just like NASA did, because we're going to compile all of these songs together into a playlist and have our own fax machine golden record. Yeah. And we'll put this link out later if that's okay, right?
Yeah, on the Fax Machine socials, which we'll post later, you can find it.
Absolutely. And be as either most ridiculous as possible or be intentional. Give a reason. We want to know your reasoning. And with that, I've been Ralph from the South. Y'all been wonderful. Thank you so much.